what's changed right now. In a different field, different lane right now. Now I'm in the mud, switching lanes right now. Passive income getting paid right now. Used to roll around with sinners, bulldozers and killers. Now we focused on figures, 3-course meals for dinners, 5-star suites and villas. Now the swag hit different. Cause the bag is different.
This can't come out.
How many sessions you got today?
Just 2.
Oh, okay, that's calm. Not watching the football, no?
Fuck football, man. Man United's playing, boy. Last time I checked, we were getting pumped.
Now.
2-0. No.
Arsenal's playing. Is it Man U?
No.
No, who they playing today?
It's not Man U, it can't be
No,
Man
it's
U.
Arsenal and someone. I don't know. My boyfriend went.
Crystal Palace.
No, it wouldn't be. I don't know.
Cheers, darling.
Cheers.
Okay. Fuck it, might as well start now. Okay, sweet. So,
I beg, please.
what?
Just the table with it, though.
What table? What, fix up?
Yeah, the random power bank.
Oh, why? What happened?
I don't know. I think someone just...
Do you want to put my jacket behind it? Yeah.
1 second.
Thank you.
Oh,
Oh gosh. Here, just give it to me. I've got the things over this side. So.
sweet. Okay, well, sweet. Well, welcome to the podcast, Samina.
Hello.
Now, obviously, this is called This Can't Come Out.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk you through what happened here.
Okay.
Are you nervous?
No, not really.
Sorry.
What?
Do you mind just that picture, just pushing it a bit?
Okay.
I'm leaving this in, you know. Sweet. So, yeah, this can't come out. Now, the premise is we have beautiful, unfiltered conversations.
Okay.
Now, the issue with that is you say some things that you probably don't want the general public to actually know about. Mm-hmm. And for that reason, I send it to you first and foremost.
Okay.
And then basically, I send it to you first and foremost. You let me know everything you don't want inside there, and then I'll remove it.
Okay.
Now, how I like to start this off is how do we know each other?
So yeah, how do we know each other?
Yeah.
University.
Sweet. What, do you recall any memories from back in university?
I mean, to be fair, like I said, the only thing that I remember you saying to me was, obviously I used to talk about my partner at the time a lot. Uh-huh. And then you said to me that all men cheat. And I said, no, my man.
No, I didn't say that. Well, if I said, in fact, let me let
Maybe you
finish.
probably would have. Yeah. Obviously, age has changed. We're talking about 2008, 2009. Mm-hmm. We were babies, right? And then I said, no, I don't think so. And he was like, listen, if your man really loves you, he'll make sure you never find out. And that's what you said to me.
That over there, I can definitely say that's part of my gospel, innit? So I'm definitely capable of saying that. In regards to all men cheating, maybe I did say that, to be fair, innit? Because I was quite radical.
You were very radical.
Yeah, at the start. And then I fell in love myself.
Did you?
Yeah, I fell in love. What? You'd be surprised that after all this time that I fell in love.
No, but you were radical. So when did you fall in love?
I fell in love maybe about when I was 22.
Oh, wow.
22, 23, innit?
Okay, and how long were you in love for? Are you still in love?
Am I still in love? No. Not in love anymore.
With that person?
No.
Okay, how long did that relationship last?
About 3 years.
Oh, wow, okay.
Well, how long did your relationship last with that person? Is it how long? When did it?
To be fair.
In your 30s as well?
No, we broke, officially it ended when when I was 29.
Wow!
But we,
Lord! Yo! You were in that for ages! Yeah. How long were you actually boyfriend and girlfriend for?
So we were together, I'd say about 5.5 years. Then I moved to the Middle East.
Oh, shit.
And then...
What part?
I went to Saudi first.
Okay.
So I was in Saudi for 3 years. And then I moved to UAE. And I was living in Iraq and then Dubai for like 5.5 years. But
Why were you there for?
Basically, I graduated. Remember, I dropped out of uni, innit?
Oh, wow.
So I left Kingston. And then I moved to Hertfordshire, dropped out.
You went to Hertfordshire as well?
Yeah.
What did you study in Hertfordshire?
Business.
Okay, cool. Not accounting no more.
No, I left accounting. And then I dropped out. And then I was like, I'm going to pursue a music career. And then...
What, can you sing?
I used to, a very long time ago.
But can you sing now? That's not how music works.
No.
So wait, hold on 1 second. So you can sing back then, but you can't sing now. How does that happen?
I don't know if I could sing back then, but I feel like I was like living in like a weird realm. I was just going for a lot.
Oh, wow. Did you smoke weed?
Hell no.
Did you smoke weed?
No.
Okay.
I've never been a
So
smoker.
so what happened? Why did you think you could sing back then? No, I mean like
I could hold a tune, but I feel like obviously I was in that space with music. You know, my ex did music, whatever.
Oh, yeah,
I'm not going to talk too much about that. But because I was in and around it, obviously you kind of get, not gas, and they used to recognise that I could sing.
Okay.
So it was just one of them things where I've always been a trier. I just want to try everything.
was it like, because you know back then you could get away with just having a nice voice.
Yeah.
So you weren't singing, your vocal ability might not be good, but you can sound nice.
I've got a nice tone.
Okay.
And I could hold a tune, like, and I still think to some extent, I mean, people might cuss me out and be like, no, bitch, you can't sing. But I feel like I could still hold a nice vibe. Do you know what I mean?
Sweet. So yeah, so what were you doing in UAE then?
So I quit anyway. I decided to go back to uni. And then after finishing, I actually went back and did accounting and finance.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But I didn't know what I wanted to do. So then I got a teaching opportunity in Saudi. So I went out there to teach. Tax-free.
Oh, wow.
And I was meant to be there for a year. Ended up being there 3 years.
I thought in those sorts of things, they mean that you have to, usually there's like a stipulation that you have to stay there for like 2 years.
No, it depends on the contract. Ours was a year contract. But
accommodation paid for?
Accommodation paid for.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But it comes in the salary package. So you can either stay in their paid accommodation or they'll pay you and then you stay in your own. Yeah.
Which one did you do?
I got the money and then I stayed where I stayed. And there was like 3 of us living together. And then I was there for 3 years. And then it was like either come back to London or go to the UAE. I got another job in the UAE.
Teaching as well?
Teaching.
Oh, wow. Because I know a lot of girls that go teach it and they love it.
Yeah, it's easy life and you're earning a lot of money.
But in Saudi, what was like socially like? Because you're not allowed to drink in Saudi, are you?
No.
So you came back sober, proper sober, right? What, you were drinking in Saudi?
Ladies and gentlemen, this part of the conversation is too spicy to come out.
So, were you doing that frequently in Saudi?
Who?
Socializing. I mean,
yeah.
Oh, okay.
100%.
So you didn't really feel so you were.
Nah, it was lit. I'm not gonna like Saudi at the time that I was there when women couldn't drive.
Right.
So, but it wasn't.
Was that a vibe though?
Huh?
Was it a vibe?
It was because we had a driver.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
So it was calm. You wouldn't go to a shop and have to queue up because I was a woman. If I went into a shop that was predominantly men, I'd get served quickly and they'll be like, okay, we need to get this woman out. So it was almost like you have an ease of life that you don't get here.
What? You see, I feel like this is a good subject to actually touch on because I feel like in the West, they make it out to believe that it's like there's some human rights issues. So you're saying that you went to Saudi Arabia and you kind of enjoyed those rules that they have.
Yeah. I think, okay, the West, they want to fight for this equality and stuff. I mean, equality, women and men are not the same. Okay, we can, and so when we're saying, I think women should have rights to do whatever they want, whatever. However, to say women and men are the same is wrong. We're not the same. So in Saudi and in the Middle East, they recognize that we are different. And in that, yes, for some people, I'm sorry, I don't want to queue. If I, as a woman, recognizing that I'm a woman, the man at the till wants to pack my bags and then recognizes that actually this might be heavy for her, let me carry it into the back of her car. Why would I not do that? Why would I not accept? I'm not fighting to be struggling. Let's be real. How many women out here have got cuts on their hands from all the bag carrying that they're doing? And I didn't do that. I never pumped my own petrol when I lived in the UAE. I mean, that's for everyone, not just women. But I'm just saying, as a woman, if my tyre bust, which it had done, I think one day, all the men came to help me. When would that happen here?
Yeah, facts. Wait, so when you came back, wait 1 second. What are you looking like that for? What are you looking around like that for?
Do you know what? I was looking at the floor.
Oh, you're looking at the zap. Okay, cool. So, what was the culture shock? Once you came back to the UK, was there like a culture shock for you?
It's just the ghetto.
Is it?
When I came back.
Why did you come back?
So, again, I was in Saudi, I was teaching. I was in the UAE, I was teaching. I then migrated into sort of training. I did my master's. I got.
Oh wow! Congrats, man.
Thank you.
In what?
Education, coaching and mentoring. I then did a coaching qualification. And And then I was just like, I don't feel like I'm growing. So I quit my job. I started freelancing, like coaching and designing like workshops for businesses. And then at that time, obviously, it was slow money. You got to hustle hard. And I just wasn't in the hustling mentality. So I was like, do you know what, let me come home, take a break, and then go back out there. But when I came home, I just got a job like almost instantly. So it was just like, okay, F it, maybe I'm meant to be here.
And what age were you when you came back here?
I've only been back in the UK for the last 2 years.
No way. Oh,
yeah.
fuck. Oh, so wait, you see this current relationship you're in?
Yes.
Wait, when did that start?
Well, we met last year, summer.
Oh, okay.
And not last year, summer, the summer before.
Oh, okay.
And then officially we've been together since January last year.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, was that part of your reason of staying as well?
No. To be fair, I got a job.
Oh, you would have left him?
No. I won't leave him now. But I feel like I have a plan. So for me, I've got like a 2-3 year plan of where I need to be before I'd start looking to go back to the UAE or to the Middle East. Plus, I don't want to go back to the Middle East single. That's the ghetto. And I did it. And I feel like as grown as I am now, I'd rather, if I'm moving, I need to think of family. Like I'm 35. I'm not a baby. So it's just a different ball game altogether.
Wait, is he willing? You reckon he's willing to move with you? You reckon? Have you spoken about that?
Yeah, we have. Okay. I feel like he's open to it. I think it just depends on his own life and his own things. But at the same time, I'm not the Samina that was when I was 24 and I was like, I'm bouncing, because that was a young relationship and also it was a dead relationship. So I was in a different space where I would leave, whereas now it would be a compromise. It would have to be a conversation and it would have to make sense for both of us. And I'm willing, as long as we're building towards something, wherever that is in the world, I'm happy.
Wait, so when you left the first time, you were in a relationship while you left?
Yeah.
Oh, so part of your 9 years, the counting periods when you were...
I was abroad, yeah.
Why would you count that? I mean, then again, people do long distance relationships. To be fair,
we broke up for 3 out of those 10 years because me and him got together when I was 19.
You really loved him at the time, boy.
Oh, was it?
If there was anything that was certain, remember? In fact, when I reached out to you, in fact, when I reached out to you, did you know that I knew you, or did I jog your memory?
You jogged my memory.
Okay, cool.
Because I'm not gonna lie, there's parts of my life that are like blank. Yeah, Kingston, because of how short-lived I was at that university. I don't know if you remember Kingston Exposed.
Oh no, I wasn't even there for none of that. I didn't live on campus, innit?
No, but but it was a website.
Okay, yeah.
And then that was why I...
Wait, you on there? What did you do?
I didn't do anything. That's the matter thing.
What did they say you did on Kingston Exposed?
They said that... Astaghfirullah. They said I got what's it called? Get beat by Peckham Boys.
Oh wow!
All bare Peckham Boys. They said that I'd take penis anywhere I could fit it. And the maddest thing is, they used my little Facebook picture, some small picture, and I was like, you might see this girl on campus looking all innocent and smiley, but she's not.
Ladies and gentlemen, this part of the conversation is too spicy to come out.
I was going to say something. What were you just talking about? Oh, Kingston Exposed.
Yeah. Sad times.
What? Then as a result, you left?
No, I panicked because obviously these times I was fully, wallahi, God is my witness, I was a virgin. I'd never kissed a boy.
That is so bad, man.
I'd never kissed a boy at that point. And then
they say that you take penis.
And you know when they released it? On my birthday.
Wow. Did you cry?
Yeah.
Oh, no, 1 second, Liam.
So they had a Bruno Exposed. No, they had a Kingston.
Yeah, they had a Hertfordshire Exposed. They had a Bruno. Yeah. They had a Brunel one. But it was mad because up until that point, you always believe if something comes out, there has to be truth behind it. 100%. That was me.
That has to be true.
I was like, and then obviously me, little girl, like Mesquina. You remember how young, like I was so innocent. These times I was thinking everyone's gonna think this.
You were loud though. You were loud and funny though.
I was funny, but I was innocent. Yeah. I was checking for boys.
That is so bad, man.
That's ruthless. Did you find out who did it?
Nah. So basically, the only thing that saved me was all the guys from my ends went on there and backed me.
And they know though.
Because yes, they do. Yes, they do.
No, what I'm saying is, I'm like, you see me, yeah? I can't vouch from nobody if I weren't doing it.
I feel you, but the thing is, people could vouch up until that point in my life. Everyone would. I've never had anything bad said about me. That's the first time I left the ends, and something bad's been said, and they all backed me. And then I think someone reported the page, and the person said, "If this page gets taken down, I'm exposing everyone who sent in the stuff about you." Could they expose the person who wrote about me? Because they said they deleted their Facebook.
Oh, wow.
So they said we will take it as that this was a lie because the person who sent it in deleted their Facebook and it wasn't a real Facebook.
What did that do to your actual relationship at the time?
Nothing.
Oh, so he didn't...
No, he knew. I mean, if I was a hoe, he would have got some by then, no?
Yeah, but that's even worse. Imagine your girl fucking everybody but you. I've seen one of those ones before, you know.
Yeah, but
everyone's touching her, yeah, apart from her man.
God forbid. But he knew. And the maddest thing is, he would have known because we were obviously we're dating, so he knows how I act in those situations. Do you get what I mean? So when it was actually his cousin that called him and told him, and it was at my birthday dinner.
So you didn't see it?
I didn't know.
So he found out before you?
Yeah. But he told his cousin, like, it's bullshit, it's a lie. And then his cousin, who also went Kingston, was like, fuck it, tell her if anyone tries it with her, like, I'll back her.
Ladies and gentlemen, this part of the conversation is too spicy to come out.
That happens, man. I love it sometimes, man. No, I love scattiness because it just shows that there's room for improvement later down the line. Okay, cool. So where were we? Kingston exposed.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I mean, yeah, that's it. I was going to say something that was not true, but yeah. So yeah, they decided to make up some lies online. And after that, I remember there was actually another guy that I worked with who was older. I can't remember his name. And he went Kingston. And I remember sitting him down and saying, listen, because he also knew me and people know my personality, okay? I'm shameless 90% of the time. If it was something
not shameless enough to be taking penis.
God forbid. The thing is, but that's the thing. It's wild. But anyways, so I asked him, I said, listen, what's the likelihood of people actually believing there's truth behind this? And he said, I'm not going to lie. He's like, people are going to believe it. After that, I didn't go back to uni.
Right.
I swear to God.
Did you get DMs? Were you getting DMs from people on Facebook and stuff?
No. To be fair, there was one girl I remember. It's this is so sad. So basically, exposed on my birthday, I was at dinner. People on the table were getting messages of, "Raw, this is what's being said about Samina," but no one wanted to tell me.
What? So people at your birthday dinner were
they knew
as well. Okay.
Yeah, so they knew, and no one wanted to tell me because they were like, "It's her birthday. Let's not spoil it." But on the way home, one of my friends who wasn't able to make it called me. And
Wendy?
Huh?
Wendy?
No, it wasn't Wendy.
Was she at your birthday dinner?
No, but to be fair, I think...
Ladies and gentlemen, this part of the conversation is too spicy to come out.
Yeah, she was on it. Yeah. And to be fair, there was loads of stories. I can't even remember too much, but there was loads of stories of who sent what on how it came out. But long story short, my brethren called me and she was like, I don't want you to get upset. This is what happened. Now, these are the times, where if you remember, internet wasn't always 100%. Sometimes your internet at home might just get locked off.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
It's 2008.
Yeah.
Okay, December.
Yeah, facts, yeah.
So I've gone home, straight away, Facebook, gone online, and I'm beefing, and there's this one headscarf Muslim girl. I don't even know her. She don't know me. When I say she's cussing me out, because obviously they said, a good Muslim. That's what the title was, like a good Muslim or something along those lines, where they're bringing in the religion. She's cussing me. So it got to a point where I was like, fuck it. Come to my end. I'm outside. I don't care. My internet lock off. So 31st of December, there was no internet in my house for 2 weeks.
What?
I don't know what happened. Okay, maybe someone didn't pay the bill. I don't know, but it was hard. I couldn't go online. I couldn't back myself. So I was just relying on the streets. Okay. So the man all my people's back to me. It eventually got taken down. And when it got taken down, they were like, they were going to expose whoever had sent whatever about each person. So when it came to mine, whoever had sent it in about me had deleted or created a fake Facebook account. So they was like, we can take it as a lie. Are you all right? Nah. They're lucky. But yeah, that's why I dropped out of Kingston.
Okay, so what was Hertfordshire saying when you went there?
Hertfordshire was all right. Like, I think, to be fair, I just think I was a young person that was going through a lot. And obviously, being an African, being the eldest in the house, like, I regulated things. But when I went into the real world, it's not the same. And I just was finding it difficult to navigate what the world looked like outside of home. And then I think I just cracked, honestly. So when I went to Hertfordshire, I actually went, I did some fuckery. I was doing too much drinking.
Oh, fuckery. Oh, okay.
Like, I was drinking a lot and I was really depressed, and I didn't recognize depression at the time. And then I remember my friends putting me forward to go speak to a counsellor.
Your friends?
Yeah, because they were like,
wow. How bad was you?
I was bad.
Like what? What was you doing? Like
yakking 2 bottles a day.
Yakking 2 bottles of what?
Just hard liquor.
No.
Yeah, it was really bad. But I just feel like, I don't know, because sometimes if you look at young people now, you kind of be like, what is that's so bad in your life, right? I just feel like shit was happening at home shit had always been happening at home.
Like what?
Like, I mean,
you're gonna find out. Like, I don't mind asking those sorts of questions.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. Obviously, like, so for example, I mean, it's a lot. But for me, okay, I remembered that as a young person, I had been abused. So if I'm being blank,
what sort of abuse?
Like abuse, sexual abuse.
Okay,
but
cool.
I didn't remember till I was like 19.
Fucking hell.
So on top of everything else that was going on in my mind, I'm meant to be figuring out life here.
But by who? Do you know?
A family member.
It always seems to be the case, isn't it, when you're younger? What did your parents know about it?
Mm-mm.
Did you tell them later on?
I did, eventually.
And what did they say?
I mean, they were shocked. At that point, I'd already cut out that family member, but I didn't realise or understood why I had done it. So fast forward, I'm obviously 19, 20, and I'm struggling with understanding how to manage or maneuver these feelings, and I'm angry and whatever. So that's when I cut my hair. I don't know if you remember, I cut my hair off.
All of it?
Like, I had a little pixie cut.
No way.
I had my lip pierced. I used to wear like a spike lip thing.
No, what age?
When I was 19. This is when I dropped out of Kingston. So I cut all my hair off. I would dye my hair like red, blonde. I would wear like dark eyeliner. I'd wear like a fake black goth, because I wasn't about, but basically I would have a spike lip ring. I would wear a black leather jacket with spikes on it. Like, it was wild. I was doing wild things. Like,
fucking hell. Yeah. So what, your friend made you see a counsellor? And
then the counsellor was like, I don't think university is for you right now.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So they was just like, we usually try to convince people to stay in uni, but for where you are now, emotionally and mentally, I think you need to go home. And then so I dropped out. I quit uni. At the time, I actually was like, I want to pursue music, which is why, obviously, I had the image.
Yeah. Fuck, you know.
Yes, I had the image. I was going through shit. And then that was like, okay, I'm going to focus on that. Short-lived. Within sort of like 9 months, I was like, nah.
What sort of sound did you have?
I don't even know if I knew what sound I had. I could sing like covers. I don't know I think my Twitter name at the time was SR Rockstar J.
Rockstar J. What?
SA Rockstar J.
What's so you the J about?
My surname.
Oh, okay, cool.
So like, obviously, you know, that was the Rihanna Rockstar phase. Do you remember Rated R?
What? Put the stuff? This guy, man. Fuck's sake. Yeah, Rated R, yeah.
Yeah, you remember Rated R? Do you remember Rihanna was going through some hard
shit? With the shaved head and stuff.
That was my look. Okay.
That was the vibe you were going for.
That was the vibe I was going for. It was wild, yeah.
Do you know what? It's mad. Do you know what? You probably don't even realise it, because when I went Kingston, like literally, I went Kingston and literally I went to lecture and then I went home.
Yeah.
And literally, the reason why I remember you so well is literally you. What's it called? Wendy.
Yes.
A guy called, what's his name? I think it was Wendy's cousin. He was a guy. He started joining some Afrobeat group, innit? There's a guy called Nana anyway as well. You guys were my actual only people I was cool with. Obviously there was like a Brume and that.
Yeah.
And but as in, so that's why I would
remember.
Yeah, 9 times out of 10, it would be like if it was any other.
Did you actually finish accounting and finance?
I finished accounting and finance, innit? But not in Kingston, though, innit?
Where did you go?
Oh my! In fact, I might have been in your group. Do you know what happened one day was we did a course.
Yeah.
Now, on this course, it was like a business module.
Are you talking about when someone plagiarized?
Yeah, my work.
It was you gave
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
I remember that. Do you remember? And then we had to go and have that meeting.
Yes.
What was the guy from? The teacher.
I forgot what it was, but what happened in the meeting was they gave you lot your grade.
Yeah.
They gave you lot your grade.
And then
they said basically, oh yeah, basically the other guy copied my work.
Yeah, because you sent it to him.
I didn't send it to him, innit? I didn't send it to him. He literally took my work and then copied it.
And just put it as it was in his...
He literally submitted my work, innit? The exact same. No changes, no nothing.
Why didn't you appeal it? I remember that day. Do you remember when we was...
I was pissed.
That. Do you remember these times, yeah? Oh my gosh. You know why I even remember even more so? Because that was the year that it snowed mad.
Say out loud, man. What's that say?
Your battery's dead on camera 1.
Is it? Okay, cool. Just change it. There's a battery over there, innit? Once I'll change it. Yeah.
We might as well pause because that bag was...
Ladies and gentlemen, this part of the conversation is too spicy to come out.
Bro, so you were in my group that time. Anyway,
I remember because we all waited, and I think they only gave us 40%.
With me, they didn't give me no grade. And then what was it?
Didn't you appeal it
as well?
Yeah, it was.
And then
it was strategic.
Oh, right. You remember what it was?
I think it was strategic. Oh, where's Wendy? Oh my god!
And then imagine, so that's the reason why I left, because it was a core module.
Yeah.
They told me, that basically, I wasn't going to pass the core module. So therefore, that means I couldn't go on to the
next year.
But then afterwards, so I didn't do the rest of my exams, and then they made me pass after the fact. So this is me raw. You guys fucked me up, because had you told me that I passed, then
I would have done it. That's wild. I remember that day when everyone got their grade and we had to wait to the end.
Yeah, it was a meeting.
I remember that day because that year was when it snowed. And you didn't even come to uni. You didn't come to the library. Me and Wendy was the ones in the library. That's actually hilarious.
Yeah, sweet. So yeah, your recollection of...
Yeah, I remember that because that year, December... I'm pretty sure it would have been December because that was the year it snowed mad, or maybe it was before the Kingston Expo, so it would have been earlier. And I remember because
when's your birthday?
December the 30th.
Okay, cool.
But we trekked up the hill like to go to wherever. What was it? Kingston Hill.
Kingston Hill, yeah. 1 second, what happened? What?
Since when did you start chewing gum?
Come on, man. I'll continue. Well done though, innit? Yeah. You're natural for this, isn't it? Yeah, continue.
So, and then I remember because, what's it called? I remember we were cussing you because we was thinking, this nigga ain't even done this shit. And you was just last minute with it. And I remember, I feel like you did send it to us eventually and then we just put it together and sent it. But
my work was good as well, man.
But that's the maddest thing is because you shared it with the other guy. That was a sad day.
I was pissed, and basically when I spoke to him and I was like, yeah, so what go on? He's like, basically, because what he wanted to do was he said he just wanted to use my work as a basis and then go through it and then change up the words. But what he ended up doing was using my whole entire
and submitting it.
Yeah, and submitting it. And then I went there and I got him to admit to the board. So we went to the board together. I was like, listen, yeah, I know you guys think this is plagiarism. It's not actually plagiarism. He actually used my actual work. So the version that he submitted was actually my first draft.
Yeah.
He wasn't supposed to submit that. He did it by accident.
Yeah.
And they're like, everyone's cleared, isn't it? But you, me and him, they fucked us. It's me, raw. Why me? That's because they said you're not allowed to share. You're not allowed to give it to anyone. I'm like, I was helping the guy out, man. He was crying and shit, innit? I was pissed, man.
I remember that. Do you remember the first day of accounting and finance lecture? That short Asian guy
with the Ferrari.
Yeah. And then remember he's like, 3 of you, everyone stand up. And then he's like, everybody sits down except these 3 rows. And he's like, look around. That's all of you that will fail. And the only people in this course that will pass. I swear to God, I remember sitting there thinking, this is not for me. Because I can't.
I wish I would, because I probably didn't even go to that lecture, innit?
Oh, what?
Yeah, because everyone loved him as a teacher.
Yeah, he was meant to be really good. He was harsh, but he was really good. But I
what was his name? Gok Kwan or something, innit? Or was that someone else?
That sounded like some... I don't even know. Who's Gok Kwan?
That's the guy, innit?
The fashion guy, yeah.
I think his name was something similar like that. But I remember...
It's giving racist.
Yeah, no, but someone told me that, oh, yeah. Because I remember, because I used to just not go to any lectures ever. And they know, like, oh, yeah, this guy, yeah, he's a rich cunt, innit?
He told us, he's like, I don't need to be here.
Yeah,
but to be fair,
I remember him, yeah.
I've taken, when I was teaching my students, I said, do you think I need to be here?
Oh, so you've used it as well?
Yeah, I said, I passed my exams. I said, I'm getting paid regardless. So it's up to you if you want to be here or not.
What age group do you teach?
Oh, well, in Saudi I was teaching like university students.
Fuck.
Like, but it's English. So I'm teaching them English as a second language. But then when I went to UAE, I was teaching high school. Like, so 13 to 15, 16. Girls especially as well. I think I taught boys in my last year. And I was like, yeah, no.
Well, do you get gifts and stuff from the parents and shit?
Yeah, you do.
What's the best gift you've ever received?
I've lost all of them, but gold... I just got loads of gold, yeah.
Rah, man.
Yeah, my students buy me gold bracelets, gold rings, gold...
Anyway, yeah, back to your, what was it? Because other than your friend recommending you to the school, the university psychologist or whatever, have you actually done therapy?
Who, me?
Yeah.
To be fair, I've never done therapy. I've done coaching. So I did, when I qualified... with my master's, I think within a year, obviously my dad passed away.
Oh, sorry about that.
It's all right. 2020, I'd say 2020. So my dad passed away 2020. And this is where, you know how we are always in survival mode all the time. Like, I feel like as, especially Black, African, Caribbean, but more so maybe because my experience is Africans, it's like no one talks about like therapy or anything. It's kind of like you just figure it out and just go on along. But when my dad passed away, and then obviously... I still, like the year before that, my ex and I broke up and then my dad passed away the following year. I was just like, I'm tired of always trying to figure this out. Like I actually need some help in what I need to do or how do I change my thinking because I'm tired of feeling sorry for myself kind of thing. And then I found a coach and then I went on this 4-week coaching program. And in that process, it was like really going in deep to figure out what your child wounds were and how do you change your thinking. And then I had studied NLP in my master's, which is neuro-linguistic programming. So it's more about the language that you use that can really change how you think and that we, to some extent, have power over our emotions and you create the emotion or you create the meaning behind an expression or a behavior, right? So you can really change. I could actively make myself happy if I change the way I think about what happiness is and blah, blah, blah. So when I did that, I was like, no, I need to carry on with her. So I carried on with her for about, I think, 3-4 months. And then after that, I then...
Were you paying for it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And then I went and trained as a coach. And in training to be a coach, you also have to go through the work yourself.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, and then after that, that's it. I probably would consider doing it again and go to therapy, but I don't necessarily agree with therapy.
Why?
Not that I don't agree with therapy. I think... when I say I don't agree with it, I think it's more about where is your focus. Therapy kind of looks at the past and tries to basically get you to accept the past or kind of you stay in what has happened. Coaching and my focus is in the present and in the future. So it's like, okay, we do touch on the past. I have some clients that I work with and it's like we talk about things that have happened, but we focus on the present. Okay, as a result of that, what have you learned to be true? What is your current experience of that? Like, how can you see that thing that you learned 10 years ago? How does that show up today? Okay, how can we change that story so that it can empower you today so you can do something different? And I just prefer that focus on where I'm going as opposed to where I've been. Yes, I need to accept what's happened, which I feel like you can accept it to whatever extent. I'm not going to open that can of worms and live in that space. I think my focus is like, okay, these things have happened, but what meaning can I give it that can help me move forward in the direction that I'm trying to go to?
Okay. What, are you happy now, you reckon? I
think I'm content. Mm-hmm. I think I'm grateful, innit? Life could be a hell of a lot harder. The world is a shit place right now for a lot of people. And I say, alhamdulillah, like, God gives me things that I have a roof over my head. I got food in my stomach. Like, I'm never going to go a day without being able to eat. Do you get what I mean? Like, for now anyway. Tomorrow's another day. But the reality is, like, I should be grateful because I have a lot more than most. And yes, there are always going to be things in our lives that could be better. But my focus is on accepting where I am today, being grateful for what I have, and working towards what I want. And that's...
Now, if life was amazing, like currently right now, what does that look like to you?
Got $1 million. I'm joking. I don't know.
Are you joking?
No, no, I don't know. I feel like it would be being like financially stable, not having... I don't think I have to work, but there's an element of having to work, right?
You don't think you have to work?
No, because I think there's a choice there. I choose to work. If I feel like...
What would you do if you don't work?
Whatever else I want to do. But this is the thing. This is why I say, like, NLP teaches you about power of language, right? When you say I have to work, that takes away the power. I still wake up every day and decide or choose, for whatever reason, that I need to log on to work and start typing shit, even if I don't want to. But
that is something I might definitely explore, you know?
Yeah.
I actually think in that way. Even though I'm lying to myself, no, I have to work. I don't want to be in that fucking place, innit?
But then it's a choice, because at the end of the day, you have to think about what matters most to you. If you don't work, what is the consequence of that?
No money.
All right. But if you do work, you get money, right? So it's not that you have to work. You're choosing to work because you want the money.
But if I don't work, then like you can just be on your face. And I don't want to be on my face. So that's the main thing.
Yeah, but then...
So, okay, I'm choosing not to be on my face.
Facts.
Oh, okay.
So it's still a choice.
Yeah, it's just mind games, isn't it? What's it called? NLP? What's it called?
Neuro-linguistic programming.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to engage in this, but I know I'm just lying to myself.
No, but it's not like...
It's tricking yourself, isn't it, essentially? It's reprogramming yourself.
It's reprogramming your brain, right? Because your brain is basically your thoughts... So in the short of it, to make it sort of understand. So we take in 2 million bits of data any 1 second, right? In that, your brain, if your brain was to try and formalize and understand all of that, brain's going to crash. So what it has to do is it has to cut that information down to 5 to 9 chunks of data, like information that it's going to store. How does it do that? It uses free filtering systems based on our thinking, our experiences, our values. So if money is a value to you, and say, for example, money is a value to you, you go outside, you're walking down the road, there's loads of cars. The only car you recognize, let's say, is a Ferrari. Yeah, but there's been bare other cars, but you ain't noticed the Nissan or whatever, but you recognize the Ferrari. One, maybe for your brain, it's picking up the things that matter to you. So it's how your brain works in correlation to your thinking. Now, if you change the way you think about things, then you open up the possibility of seeing other things, right? So, and that's all it is.
Oh, okay. Wait, what is your ethnicity anyway?
I'm half Somali, Sierra Leonean, and English.
Okay, cool. Wait, so what was your dad and what was your mum?
My mum's Somali. Okay. My dad's half Sierra Leonean, half English.
Okay. And obviously you mentioned that you lost your dad. What do you reckon that did to you at the time?
To be fair, like, I feel like if I wasn't Muslim, or at least I didn't have that faith, I would have struggled a lot more. It was sudden. So yeah, it wasn't like...
Wasn't expected at all?
Nah, he wasn't ill or nothing. He literally had a brain aneurysm, fell into a coma, and then died within 5 days of that happening.
So when did you find out that he was unwell? And then...
So I spoke to him Friday. Saturday, I think he messaged like my siblings, because him and my mum had been divorced for years, but they were friends now. So he messaged my siblings and my mum. And then on a Sunday... he went to work and then fell into, or had a cardiac arrest, fell into a coma, or they induced him into a coma. And then by the time he got to the hospital, that's when I got a call saying, "Oh, Dad's in hospital. They've induced a coma, blah, blah, blah."
When you got that call, was it serious straight away?
It wasn't, but I was in UAE. So I was in Iraq, like Ras Al Khaimah. So I was living in the UAE and I was counting on my brother to tell me, like, and literally I think the next day or the day after, he went to the hospital, and then they were like, basically they had said to him that he's dead, but then they didn't.
Well, they said that to him?
Yeah, they said he's
your brother?
Yeah, they said to my brother that he's brain dead. And so my brother called me and was like, "You need to come."
Fuck it. What did your brother actually tell you? Did your brother
that
say
same day? No, he didn't tell me he was brain dead, but we didn't believe it. In all honesty, we was like, there was still certain tests that they needed to do. So what had happened was they said he was brainstem dead. So the brainstem is at the bottom of your head, which is your reflexes. So if you're sort of, I don't know how the top part of your brain was to die, but the brain stem was still working. This is like with people that are in comas, that they haven't woken up. There's no activity in the top, but their stem is still alive, which means that they still gag, they can still eat, like they may cough, or like they can still live, function. But that was a part of my dad's brain that had died. So
the front part was working still.
So he had an aneurysm, but it had bled out. And then what had happened was the stem of his brain had collapsed. And the hospital fucked up 100%. This was COVID times. We're talking about 2020, peak of COVID. Yeah. So it was like hospitals were overwhelmed. By the time that they had actually gone to do an MRI, they recognized that his brain was being bled out. And so then they put him in an ambulance to go to a hospital that specialized in that. By the time he got there, they was like 90% of his reflexes had stopped. So there was no, like, and this is things like they would open your eyes and flash a light and your pupils would dilate. It wouldn't do any of that. So by the time I got there, I think it was like, I got there, was it Thursday? Yeah. I think I landed Thursday morning. So my brother called me Wednesday, landed Thursday, went to the hospital straight. And then they did the tests, or they were going to do the tests on Friday, came back on a Friday, did the test, and then it was like, "He's dead. We're going to turn off the machines." And that was
They just said that to you?
Well, yeah. They said, and you can't really fight it. I think for me, it was just like, at this point, I mean, when I saw him on the Thursday, there was an element of warmth. But by the time I saw him on the Friday, you could tell that the person is no longer there. So it was just like, okay, cool. And that was it.
Wow, how did that feel like at the time then?
I mean, I feel like you're in a disillusion. Like, you don't necessarily feel it's real until like the reality of it settles in. So I think almost instantly it kind of feels like surreal, like it's fake. And it's so funny because I have had loads of friends that have lost parents in recent years, and one of the things we all share in common is like that almost instantly you're making jokes, you're laughing. Like, me and my siblings were making the wildest jokes.
Like what?
Like, I was like, so basically my dad's obviously an African man, innit? And he would do anything to get out of paying for shit. So I remember asking him on that Friday, "Dad, you ain't bought me gold. Like, as far as I'm concerned, as your daughter and your eldest daughter, you need to buy me gold. Plus, I'm a Muslim. How am I going to ask a man to buy me gold? You ain't bought me gold." And then obviously he fell into coma and died. So it was like he got out of buying gold, so he decided to die. But yeah, it was just little shit.
It's kind of cute still, yeah.
It was like little shits like that. So you kind of make jokes because it almost feels surreal. I think the hardest part is just living life and recognizing that so many pits and falls of my life that's happened, so many things, I've grown, I've changed so much, and he won't necessarily be here to see this version of me. But this version can only exist having him had he not gone. If he was still here, I don't know if I would be who I am today. Like, I'm so grateful. I'm so calm. Like, I'm just appreciative of things in a different way.
Well, how long did it take you reckon to grieve him fully? Or have you finished?
You never finish grieving. I think with parents, it's never, and any immediate family, I think people will always say, you know, when people say time heals, like it doesn't change. It's you learn to live with it. And there's this theory which is called growing around your grief, which is the grief stays the same, but you grow and you live a life so full that every once in a while, like where your grief was your whole life, within sort of 10 years, your life becomes so full that you may feel it only once every 10 months, 10 weeks, 10 years. Like it's not as consistent as it would have been initially, but the pain will always still be the same. And I don't think it changes.
Oh, okay. Obviously, I know we're jumping around a bit.
Yeah,
but,
no, that's fine.
But obviously, from my memory of you, because I know you were completely in love when I first met you, are you in love now?
Yeah.
Well, you have to be, I guess, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because if you wasn't, then you're not allowed to say that you wasn't.
No, exactly. No, I am a lover girl. Like, I'll say this is my second relationship in my whole life, like official relationship. Like, I've dated a lot. I've invested time in different people. But I think there's a level of maturity in this relationship that I get, which is nice.
Is he older or younger?
He's older.
Well, how older?
Not that much older, like 2-3 years.
Oh, okay. And how did you meet him?
Actually, through a friend. So my friend, well, him and my friend worked together, and I went to meet her at her work event. They had like a work night out, and I was out of a networking event, and so I just went, and then that was it. I met him.
Isn't it? Now, in terms of what was your first relationship, was he Muslim?
No.
And how is that, being Muslim? I mean, being like so into your faith and dating someone that isn't part of your faith, isn't it? How is that like?
Ghetto. This is where you could get rinsed online.
Fuck online anyway.
It's true.
Just say we'll take out worst case.
It's fine. It's hard. I feel like it depends. I think if I wasn't strong in my faith, I mean, it works in a sense that if one person can only be strong in their faith, the other person has to be lukewarm. Yeah. But because I'm the one that's strong in my faith and my faith is Islam, I knew that there was always going to be an end point of our relationship, because it just meant that unless he became Muslim, I can't see myself. I think because I loved him so much, I was there thinking in my head, like, how can I get married to this person regardless of whether he becomes Muslim or not? So there was some consideration there, but I don't feel like it works, in all honesty. I think the difference between that situation and this situation is that I've been very clear cut from the get-go. And yes, I do love him as an individual, but where I was scared to lose that person because I was young and I didn't know who I was, I'm not afraid to walk away.
I didn't know who I was. It's hilarious. Continue.
Sounds like an R&B song. But no, I was afraid, because for me, it was like, this was my whole life. If I tell you the tears that I cried, I lost, I don't know how much weight when I broke up the first time. Like, I became a skinny babes. Like, it was mad. And my friends, even now, when we look back at pictures, they're like, Samina, raw. Like, we didn't recognize.
Love will do that to you, boy.
Right?
You'll stop eating. You don't even want to eat no more.
Is that what happened to you?
No, not really. I'm telling you, wait, did I lose weight? During that period.
He's like, yeah.
Well, I was jogging a lot though, innit? During those times.
You was running.
I was just running.
You didn't lose bad weight.
Yeah, I didn't lose mad weight. It wasn't crazy. I've never been skinny in my life.
Picked up a hobby.
It showed itself in other ways.
Like what?
In other ways, man.
Like what? Just say it. Like what?
You used to speak badly about yourself a lot.
Oh.
That's a lie. You man are liars, Lord.
But then you might not have recognised it, but other people can recognise it.
What they did was they just picked up, because I know what they're talking about, because I used to say something about myself, but I was just saying it out of banter. But
what were you saying?
I used to call myself young dickhead, innit? Yeah.
Why?
Just for jokes, innit? Like, I didn't think I was an actual dickhead, isn't it? But what they've done is they've taken that and they've aligned it. And because it aligns so perfectly with the breakup, they're saying it's a direct result of that.
Yeah, but maybe. But
they should have said something at the time. I would have stopped saying it.
Yeah, but then obviously, if they're thinking you're heartbroken, then they're not going to want to trigger you in that way. And to be fair, you might not know because really and truly, in the time
I was heartbroken though. Lord, I was heartbroken.
When you're in it, you don't see.
In fact, my heart was not even broken. That broken was understatement. It was in pieces.
But why? How did it end?
This part's not coming in there. But I found out she cheated, didn't it?
Oh.
Why are you smiling?
No, I'm not. Well, I'm not.
She said she's not smiling. Look at you.
No, well, I'm not.
You're not smiling.
I know.
This face you're doing right now is no smile.
I smile all the time. No, but you know why I'm laughing?
Okay.
And I say, because I know that pain. That's why me and my ex broke up. If I ever show you the girl that he cheated on me with.
That's that. Okay, girls always say that. If she was nice, would you feel any better?
No, I wouldn't, but I'll understand.
No, you wouldn't understand. You'll be distraught. You'll be like, look at me. I'm not good looking enough.
No, but listen, I'm not delusional. I'll be real. If I see a baddie, I'll be like, cool, I get it. I'll take the L. I'll take the L, but I'll say, cool. Stuff for lot, obviously, it is what it is. I don't really want to talk about their business because obviously they're still
together.
Ladies and gentlemen, this part of the conversation is too spicy to come out.
That cheating stuff, I feel like that's the nastiest thing that you could ever do to someone. Like it's just like, what's the point? Yeah, what's the point? That's actually sad. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, because I hit never smart.
No, well, I'm not even. It's painful, but I want to know, what did you do as a result?
I went on holiday. Yeah, man.
So how did she tell you?
She didn't tell. Oh my God.
So you found out?
Yeah.
She didn't tell you?
The boyfriend called me.
It was a boyfriend?
You're going to be... Look at you, you're laughing already.
No, I'm not because... you can't say you're laughing and then look at me. No, I swear to God I'm not. But yeah, go on.
The boyfriend called me up, man.
And said what?
He was like... something along the lines of, yeah, man, you're speaking to my girl. Yo, why are you messaging my girl? I was like, oh my God.
And was this the one that you was with for 3 years?
Yeah.
So how long was she in this new relationship?
I don't fucking know. I don't even know. But I'm assuming it wasn't... In fact, apparently she was going out with both of us at the same time for like 3 months. Look, you come on, go laugh. Get all out.
Nah, that's actually wicked.
Yeah, it's wicked, isn't it?
It's actually.
But to be fair, she did message me like later down the line. Apparently she went therapy afterwards, isn't it? Yeah,
and did what?
I don't know. I spoke to somebody about it and like saying she was dealing with some stuff, isn't it? Yeah, man. So yeah.
I feel like, in all honesty, yeah, there's a certain type of person that cheats. Mm-hmm. I think that I think
everyone's capable though.
Everybody is capable, but it takes a certain type of person to go through with it. And I do feel like I know people hate this narcissistic, but there's narcissistic tendencies for you to go through a process, not a one-time thing, but continuously cheat on somebody. You have to be okay with knowing that I could potentially, and I am hurting somebody, and you're still doing it. You're a narcissist. I don't care.
That doesn't make me feel any better.
I know, but I mean, listen, my situation, it was so wild how I even found out.
How'd you find out? Basically,
he got drunk one night and I was at his house and I went through his phone and these times, and stuff a lot, God, yeah. Anyways, I went through his phone and I saw this random text message, or Instagram exchange, which was like, where it just felt familiar. Like, when someone's talking to someone, you're like, you don't know each other too much, yeah? So I asked, but there was another girl on his Instagram that he was chatting to, some next girl. And then I flipped off on that one because it was like he sent some peach emojis, all of this stuff. Now, bearing in mind, yeah, leading up to me coming back for holidays, he'd come to Dubai. I came to London at my expense. But anywho, I was clocking there's certain patterns that he was doing. Like he would just go missing. Yeah. I'll call him, I'll message him, nothing's going through. And then obviously we're from ends. I get scared with these things because I'm thinking something's happened to you. Then he'll tell me, oh yeah, I was at my boy's house and in the back of the garden and there was no Wi-Fi or my phone died or whatever, bare stuff. So I remember thinking, these times I was doing my master's, my dissertation. So I was thinking, I'd always come off the phone. I'd be like, If he'd given me attitude, I'll be like, maybe his sighting pissed him off. I was just making jokes. I started talking about cheating a lot with him. And he would just run with the story. We also then, at the time, I had a friend whose husband had cheated on her and we found out. And he was sitting there trying to defend the husband. And I was like, are you smoking crack? Like, and I said to him, on my life, if I ever found out you're cheating, you're done for. Like, and he was like, why would I do that? Long story short, came back to London. I went for his phone. And then I remember going out with his sister, and his sister was just like to me,
ladies and gentlemen, this part of the conversation is too spicy to come out.
No, but the maddest thing is, had that not happened, I would have never, ever found out. And you know what's so mad? We did EastEnders in the car. You know, like when you act it out, yeah? So I was like, it was giving like, I don't know, Kat and fucking Alfie, yeah? Or Alfie trying to get Kat out to prove that she's cheated on him. It was giving that. So I said to him, who is she? He was like, I don't know what you're talking about. These times he even gave me attitude from the get-go. Like, he was just like, oh, for fuck's sake, what do you want again? So I was like, who is he? Who is she? Kept quiet, like calm. Who is she? Who is she? I'm not dropping it until you tell me, who is she? Then he started crying.
Yo, the slander on this man's name on this episode.
No, but this
has been amazing.
Well, no, but then he started crying. And then after that, it was just like, he told me everything and that was it.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you didn't actually have any evidence?
I had none.
Ladies and gentlemen, not to be an ambassador, I don't cheat. You shouldn't cheat. I don't want to be an ambassador for this. But if she hasn't got no evidence, do not admit to anything.
But it depends.
Wait until they tell you what they know. and just deny it. And I'd rather be a liar. I'd rather be a liar than a cheater with no evidence.
But you got to remember, yeah, if I
was to cheat, because I
but if it was to eat, it eats you up, right?
Eats you up.
Listen, okay, and this isn't, I don't think he's naturally a nasty person. I genuinely feel like at that time he did care for me. He loved me a lot. And I think that's why he eventually had to tell me, because he had that love for me. But at that point, we were trying to be together in a way that I just don't think made sense. Like, we was just too different.
Was it multiple cheating? It had to be, because he's with the person now.
He was with her.
Yeah, it was an affair.
He was cheating.
And that's what I'm telling you. If you love somebody fully, first and foremost, if you love somebody, I believe you can still cheat on someone that you love, but you need to work on yourself to figure that out. But if you love someone and you actually want to work on that relationship and you actually plan on never cheating again, you will make sure, if you cheated, that she will never ever find out about it.
But then more time, and this is why I say it's sad, or not sad, I think it was at my detriment, because at some point in that period of time...
Sweet.
Go on.
Ladies and gentlemen, this part of the conversation is too spicy to come out.
Basically, what was I saying?
Yeah, that you will never find out. I mean, look, it is what it is. I just feel like at some point we had grown apart, and at some point in that period of time, he'd realised that he was no longer wanting to be in a relationship with me, which is fine. Like, I'm a big girl. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, but then why didn't he tell you then?
That's the thing. It was the fear. And that's why I don't... Like, obviously, he was afraid of hurting me. And remember when I said we all do things by choice, right? His fear of hurting me outweighed his desire to pursue this relationship with somebody else. And that's why he thought, fuck it, let's run it with it at the same time.
I'm not kind of buying that, because one, if you're cheating, if you're going to get... Because you found out that he cheated.
Yeah.
So therefore, he didn't mind you risking hurting you from finding out by yourself.
He thought I would never find out, though.
Huh?
How else would he... Listen, it was God. It wasn't any other situation. I wasn't even meant to be in London that time when I decided to come back, because I was doing my master's and I had to finish my dissertation. I just felt like a bad girlfriend. So I thought, let me book another flight, because I'd just come back to London for a wedding, his family's wedding. And I thought, I'm a bad girlfriend, I ain't spent time with him. Let me book another flight.
You booked him another flight?
No, I booked myself another flight to come to London for 3 weeks before I had to go back and finish my master's. And then these times I was planning to move back to London in that first 3 months, because I was like, let's figure out moving together, whatever. Right? But God was like, yeah, you're coming back and you're going to find out the truth. And
how would you feel if he went to his sister and was like, you know what, I don't know how to break up with this girl. Just tell her, don't drop it.
Yeah, facts. I wouldn't even be mad. Do you know what? If you'd asked me this a couple years ago, maybe I'd still have like I would be angry in it. But now I don't really give a fuck. Like, I'm happy. I found out when I needed to find out because it made sense. And had that not happened, I would have never left this guy. Mm-hmm. That's it.
Yeah, in fact, I remember the first thing I messaged you was that guy. So I knew how much you were obsessed with him at that particular point in time. So, well, yeah, you're probably right. Now, I have all of these instances where you've found yourself, like, say, crying. Mm-hmm. What do you reckon is the biggest trauma that you've kind of like experienced, or the most upset you've been? I
think my dad.
Okay, cool. That makes sense.
Yeah,
then,
I think for me, and that's why everything else is trivial.
Yeah,
like had that not happened, obviously we will cry over spilled milk. But once you lose a parent, or like I always say immediate family, because you know it's the same sibling, whatever. I feel like everything else doesn't mean anything because life is. It can go like that. So then you're just like, why am I crying over a grown-ass human that is living their life? Let me live my own.
Now, one last question is, you see the guy that you're with now, obviously you keep on talking about that, we're getting on now, innit? Are you this guy, that's, as far as you're concerned, because I'm assuming most relationships at this age, that is your husband now.
Yeah, facts.
Okay, cool.
That's the aim.
Are you prepared to lose him though?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the vibe.
100%.
I mean, not that's the vibe. No, I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Like, yeah, be serious.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can't hold on to everybody for the rest of your life. I think we're older now. Like, let's be real. It's not 25-year-old Samina. It's 35-year-old version where it's like, actually, you know, loving someone is saying, okay, at this point we're aligned. It makes sense. And if at whatever time we're no longer aligned, then it is what it is. But it's never. It doesn't have to be like a shame or like such a negative thing. Like, it's just as long as you're communicating with your relationship. And I think this is the best relationship I've been in a long time. I mean, it's only the second one, but as in terms of dating someone and actually being with someone where I can be honest and they can be honest with me, and we have very candid conversations. We talk about what we want, how we're going to live together, what investments we need to do. Like, we focus on our future. And if it works, great. And if it doesn't, then we can love each other enough to say, okay, we're not the right person for each other.
Sweet, sweet, sweet. Well, lovely for coming on.
Thanks.
Sweet, it's been beautiful catching up, man.
Tell you what's changed right now. In a different field, different lane right now. Now I'm in the mud, switching lanes right now. Passive income getting paid right now. Used to roll around with sinners, bulldozers and killers. Now we focused on figures, 3-course meals for dinners, 5-star suites and villas. Now the swag hit different. Cause the bag is different.
This can't come out.